if there's no reason and the people are just walking around minding their own business and all of a sudden they get arrested or just kind of, you know, whatever, kind of, for that I feel like that's really unfair. I don't agree with it. I mean, I think it should be like everyone has a fair trial, like right.
I think that it's kind of unfair because some people, it's always about like facial expression or what a terrorist looks like. So it's kind of unfair for, you know, those families. They're losing fathers or brothers or something like that. It's really unfair.
My official statement, I guess. I think it really kind of defies everything that most people come to America to seek, and that's like your personal freedom. And if we don't have that in America, then why would people seek living in America, you know?
Kind of unjust. Well, not kind of. It does strike me as very unjust, because I would think in a country that supposedly supports freedom of speech and the right to a fair trial and innocent till proven guilty, that sneaking something like that through the system just seems very inadvertently corrupt. Potentially it could have some benefits, but I can't see, I mean, I can't imagine what those would be if they're able to indefinitely detain anyone and there's no evidence. I think that definitely some modifications need to be made to that.
I'm trying to really form my thoughts more. Let me see. I guess the phrase I'm looking for is it seems like it's the antithesis to the idea of America, or I guess the protection from the government we've become accustomed to, I suppose. You know, obviously there's a social contract involved with government. Mm-hmm. And the like that, which is important. You know, I'm not a libertarian. I don't believe in that type of stuff. And the state of nature will never reach again. But when it comes to stuff like that, I think it's really unprecedented, extremely dangerous, and really perverse in a way that I guess my first thought goes to, I guess the first thing I think of is how did we get here? You know, how did we get here? This isn't the America I grew up in when it comes to stuff like that. You know, I think that would have never happened 10 years ago. You know, would have never happened 20 years ago. And I guess what's interesting to me is how that's okay now. I don't get it. You know, it angers me a lot, and I think it should anger a lot of it should anger everyone, really. But I guess to further answer your question, how do I feel about it? You know, I think how I feel about it and what I'm going to do about it are two separate things. You know, what I'm going to do about it, I don't know. You know what? I guess the go-to answer for that is what can I do about it? And besides, you know, sign an online petition or whatever, you know. And I guess as Americans, what can we really do about that? You know, like what we were talking about earlier is, you know, you can't just repeal it necessarily. You know, the only way it would change is if, you know, re-elect Obama and then maybe get another one next year that'll be better and won't have that in there. But, you know, when it comes to legal precedences like that, once they're set, it's, you know, it takes so much more to get them, you know, out of the picture again, to break that precedent, and that's extremely hard to do. So, scary stuff.